Funny story. I was probably 12, 13 years old, right? And I told you I stayed in the country. So my father told me to go cut the grass. And I was pissed. Like I didn't want to do it, right? So I'm out there, I'm recklessly mowing the lawn, like not a care in the world. And I cut the water line to the house.
Ooh.
So when I cut the water line, now you're 13, you don't know that when you cut the water line, the water pressure in the house goes down. So what I try to do, cut the water line, let me just cover it up with some grass, whatever. Cut the yard, go in the house, everything is cool, right? Nah. So ain't no water working in the house. Go outside. My father sees it and he made me dig up the water line that was like 4 to 5 feet underground with nothing but a hoe so that we could replace it. And he told me that if you don't get an education and you don't work smarter, this will be your life. And so since then, I've always tried to work smarter for myself so that I didn't have to do manual labor for somebody else.
Mm. So that gave the idea of always having a trait with your hands in terms of
Yeah.
photography and playing music because you wanted to be able to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Shouts out to your dad for that lesson.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
You know, go.
crazy.
So all the dads, go get you a hoe and go in the backyard. And we're not talking about the ones you pay for either.
Nah, at all. A garden hoe and
A
had to dig a
garden
water
hoe.
line up. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because we live in those kind of times where you gotta, you gotta separate the two.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
But they still all about green. Let me stop.
What
Oh
you
man.
mean?
Do you give yourself any affirmations?
I used to, Sheen. Honestly speaking, like probably ever since like everything has happened over the course of this past year, it's kind of slowed down. I used to have affirmation conversations, all the time. Probably something that I need to get back to, but you get so busy with trying to make sure everything's maintained this past year that I haven't really done it, if you want me to be honest. But I used to have conversations heavy about just speaking things and affirming either whatever it is, aspirations, um, just even a positive state of mind. It doesn't matter how large or how big it really is. But no, I used to have those conversations all the time. But it's probably something that I really need to get back to. I haven't fallen off completely because I'll catch myself even with in negative moments that I'll be like, all right, instead of focusing on this, let's focus on this and then speak it. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, it's not something that I've done regularly, but I probably need to get back on it.
So you saying when you were speaking them recently in your past moments, do you think you achieved all those goals you were speaking affirmations to, and then maybe you stopped because you felt like you crossed the finish line?
No, I think they're more so short term, right? Like within the moment, not so much long term as far as something that's being planned for.
Hmm.
It's within this moment, affirm this mood, affirm, this mindset, and then continuously practice that. Because if I can catch myself within the moment of each day, then I'll build the habit of going into the next day. Catch yourself within this moment. That way, it's not something that seems unattainable, or you get down on yourself maybe if you don't get to it, because you know what I'm saying. Like if I set it for, let's just say, even a week ahead of time, something may come up days prior to that week, and then you have the disappointment of not reaching that goal.
Mm,
So everything is always within the moment here. Catch this moment here. Something negative happens. Let's catch it now and then practice moving forward from that moment, rather than all right, pushing it off as a goal to get to. Manage each moment, build the habit up within each moment, and then that way you don't even know that you're doing it on a regular, that and then you'll lead up to those other goals.
absolutely.